Until 2 decades ago, the world looked at the economic status alone as a measure of human development. Thus, countries that were economically well developed and where people were relatively richer were called advanced, while the rest, where the poverty was widespread and were economically backward, were called developing countries. Most countries of North America and Europe, which have become industrialized at an early stage, have become economically more advanced. They not only exploited their own natural resources rapidly but also used the natural resources of developing countries to grow even larger economics. Thus, the way development progressed, the rich countries got richer while the poor countries got poorer. However, even the developed world has begun to realize that their living were being seriously affected by the environmental consequences of development based on economic growth alone. This form of development didn't add to the quality of life as environmental conditions has begun to deteriorate. Thus, increasingly the world began to see the need for a more equitable use of earth resources. The control over natural resources and the wealth that it produces also begin to create tension between people that eventually lead to strike within the countries or a war among the nation. This is the major cause for the loss of quality of life. How then could a new form of development be brought about that could solve the growing discontent in the world? It has become obvious that development must begin to change from aiming at short-term economic gain to a long-term sustainable growth that would not only support the well-being and quality of life of all the people living in the world, but that of future generations as well. Thus, current development strategies have come to be considered unsustainable for the world's long-term development. The new concept of development has come to be known as sustainable development. The nations of the world come to clearly understand that these issues at the Rio Conference in 1992. Several documents were created for the United Nations Conference on Environment and Development, which brought out the fact that environment and development were closely connected and that there were a need to care for the earth. Sustainable development. It is defined as development that meets the need of the future without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own need. It also looks at the equality between countries and continents, races and classes, gender and ages. It includes social development and economic opportunity on one hand and requirement of environment on the other. It is a process which leads to a better quality of life while reducing the impact on the environment. To ensure sustainable development, any activity that is expected to bring about economic growth must also consider its economic impact so that it is more consistent with long-term growth and development. Forests are essential for maintaining renewable resources, reducing carbon dioxide, and reducing oxygen level in Earth's atmosphere, and their loss impact future human development. We, as citizens of nation, and increasingly as citizens of one common feature at the global level, must constantly monitor the pattern of development. If we see that a development project or any industry is leading to a serious environmental problems, it is our duty to bring this to the attention of authorities such as local administration and forest department, etc., to look into the issue. We have to see to it that we change development from its present mandate of rapid economic growth without a thought for future ecological integrity to a more sustainable, ecologically appropriate strategy. Thank you.